Hello everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Gonna go over today's look at the market, December 20th, 2:09 p.m. Look at the sea of red, as they call it, all red except the bonds, 10-year and Euro USD. Everything else is just pretty well dead. Obviously because of the wonderful debt stuff and the rejection of this latest infrastructure bill. I'm going to show you something that's really important to know. Before that, join quant-labs.net/contact for our daily newsletter. Get some free PDFs while you're at it. Alright, so let's take a look at what's going on in the markets for Oanda data. Not looking good, folks. Not looking good. First off, we can look all we want at the useless forex. The currencies are useless. Now, I just put up on my server, quantlabs.info, news server, an article on how they're saying now that gold is losing its influence. As I've been saying again and again, right here with this, this should be spiking quite a bit for gold in US dollar. It's just a little bit. So what they're saying now is that gold is losing its influence as a way to hedge, and I agree with that. I'm also saying the same thing with Bitcoin. There's not a lot of places to go except for one that is a true hedge, but it's not a mainstream instrument, which is fine. Again, you can see it's just been flat for the last couple of days. Even though things are not looking good, gold Canadian, gold Australian dollar, gold in Hong Kong, New Zealand, just really useless, no matter what you hear, what you say. Now, this is the real reflection, okay? So you can see here, this is gold silver ratio. I keep hammering on away about it. But you can see here, this is a true reflection of what's been going on in the markets, where there's a concern of debt. What happens? It goes up. And when it settles down, it flattens out. But knowing if it works or not is, let's look at a weekly analysis. Was that a daily? So you can see here, it's starting to rise up. It's starting to move all the way from around mid-November. It's been trending up, but it's accelerating. So this is really the only true reflection we have. I've talked about this numerous times. Let's see. Let's look at a 2-week, if this means anything. Yeah, right here, you can see it's starting to spike. Not as high. You can see how high it started spiking when the calamity set in. That was a 2-week right there when the global sickness kicked in. And see how far back it dropped back. It's fairly sensitive, which is a good thing. Same thing with the monthly as well. Again, gold, silver is your true way to measure this, as well as a hedge. All right, continuing along, gold, silver, and Australian dollar. Just useless. These metals are really bad. I'm now calling Europe, the Eurozone, a detention center, which it's becoming. Congratulations for those that vote for their governments and want that. Yen's not much better. Not much better. New Zealand, well, we know about that. Australia, franc, just been in, well, not for me, it's a decline there, but for others it'll argue a different way. Hong Kong is another barometer I've been watching in Hong Kong dollar. The reason I say that is because it was rallying, now it's starting to come off. Depends upon which currency. I'm not sure if we're going to see that. Okay, Australia US dollar, again, very few times people want to hold in US dollar. This is one of the rare ones. Been declined flat out. We've talked about this many times. This currency is just useless. You're not going to make a lot of money holding it, except there's the odd one. You can see this choppy. I see a slight trend in there. But you can see it right here for sure. With this trend on a monthly basis. Again, that's Euro Hungarian. That's a good one. The Deutsche 30 rising quite a bit here over the last, November 1st. Monthly chart moving up to, the trend is not as much compared to some of the other ones I'm showing you. Hong Kong 33 is an interesting one. It's in solid decline there. But on the monthly, not much to worry about, so forget that. The one to really watch is India. Okay, look at it's been declining, but here on the monthly, it's done really well. In the last 2 months, it's dropped off. This is the global sickness news. I'm pretty sure of that. Japan 225, same thing. Monthly view flat for a couple of months now. Singapore really gone nowhere, so Singapore is just not a place to go. If I showed you the British pound in Singapore, same thing. This does mean the Singapore dollar is strengthening, which is fine, but overall it's just there's no performance. Let's take a look at the 10-year bond. A slight increase there. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Here's the US 2000, Russell, decline since November 7th. Monthly view, been flat like everything else. Okay, let's look at the USD Hungary. I do like these trends, but the Euro and Hungarian's obviously better. Sometimes a surprise could be USD Thai baht. You can see that rally there. It's gone sort of flat last couple of days, actually weeks, 1 month. Kind of trashy as well, but what can you do? 2-year bond drop decline. Monthly starting to drop. That's the confidence in the U.S. economy that people have in the U.S. dollar, U.S. government, how they're handling everything. With the virus, you can see that right here. It's just been a solid decline and just turned it around. At some point, I don't know why that is. I can suspect myself. Here's the 5-year. Monthly, been decline here. Again, same thing. Now, U.S. Canadian's doing relatively well. It's been trending up pretty good. Not much on the long term with the monthly there. That's an oil trade, obviously. Natural gas has been in solid decline. You can see these big bars going down. That's the demand. I've talked about this before about agriculture. This could be a place where people can hide out potentially. It's been in decline, but it's been rallying since, that's price inflation there as well, since July. So you can benefit from that. This is the way to do it. Been flat for corn. 1 monthly chart, big rally there. Been declining and it's been flat. So is it going to turn around? I don't know. More really bad. Just as some of these forex pairs are not good. South African rand in Japan, in the yen, been declining. Same there on the monthly view. Copper. I think this is gonna be one of the first ones to rally once the new global sickness variant we get past that. This will probably start to skyrocket, I think, especially out of China once all that. So it's a good time to buy into. I think copper will be a good one. Australia, New Zealand, you can see that rallying, but long term, just been dead to the world. UK 100 houses performance, not a great stock market index to be part of. Yeah, you can see there's very little performance here on the monthly. France, surprisingly, I haven't seen this in a while, but again, not bad. There's better. I call it Taiwan. You know, USD, Swiss franc, flat. It's supposed to be a safe haven to go into. Look at that. No performance again. USD Denmark, flat. I wouldn't put money in that. USD Sweden, long term. Was good early November here until the 24th. It's been flat since. Long term, no. USD Mexico monthly has been pretty good, but it's peaked here in November 26th, declined, and monthly slight trend, not as trendy as one you want. We've talked enough about gold. Here I'm going to talk about euro though. I want to show the highlight. This has just been, as I said, the tension center of the world. Very flat. Right here. This is gold now. It's been very flat since when? July 2020. How's it compared to the pound? Right here, very flat again, but on the monthly, same thing as the euro. Hong Kong dollar, probably declining actually. Yeah, well, it's the same as before. No point in showing you these with silver. Australian market, how's that been doing? Very, very flat. I mean, range bound flat. Trending a little bit, not as much as the U.S. I'm not seeing the U.S. markets here as the top. How's the Euro Canadian doing? I haven't seen this in a while. Wow. Okay, it's not so bad for the Canadian dollar. Been stable, but range bound. But it's not been declining as I've shown in other currencies. The Czech, Euro Czech, been declining here. 1 month here, again, dead. Euro and British pound, very flat. Monthly, again, same thing as the Canadian. Long term, that's a monthly there. How's the Hong Kong been doing with the euro? Decline there. 1 month, it's been a decline. All right, what about Singapore dollar? Decline, yeah, big decline there. How about the rand? This is the South African rand. Okay, it's been range bound flat, we'll call it, trending up. Wonder why. Hong Kong 33. It's been declining, trending down at least. Monthly, very flat, declining pretty severe there. Netherlands, this one's not so bad. Everything's been declining, as you can see there. Monthly chart, been a little steeper, but flat. Singapore, declining there. You would think that Singapore is doing well. I don't think so. UK 10-year bond, I think we looked at this. Range bound flat. Yeah, declining there. I think we're on the precipice. The abyss is near. Here's a long-term 30-year bond, treasury. Well, it's declined, it's stabilized there in the last little bit. Here's China. Don't look at China as being great. With the flat there, short term, but monthly, look at that steep drop. That's taking it back to 2018. That's a currency for the USD China Yuan. 2-year we've looked at, 10-year we looked at. A lot of these we've looked at. Yeah, we looked at the Swedish, Singapore, Rand. Okay, let's look at oil. WTI has been declining. How about our monthly? Been big drop 2 months ago. Here's our current month. Not really a big price increase. Question is why, if with that big bar, you'd think that would come off overall, but we're not seeing it. Flat for soybean. Again, big rally, decline, starting to move up again last month. We already looked at wheat, corn. We've seen all of these. British pound and the Canadian did rally. Wow, that's since December 8th. Monthly chart, yeah, pretty well dead. So that's says a lot. Pound against the Polish zloty, decline, flat, and that's the short term. Same pattern, long term. Pound against the rand. Let's just look at the monthly here. Slight, it's not a bad trend there, and that's starting to go back to 2011. I've talked about that numerous times. Platinum, we used the last one, decline, And monthly view, don't hold this one. That's platinum. All right, we'll leave it at that. Again, if you want to know more, join our quant-labs.net/contact page to get on our newsletter. Over and out. Thanks for watching.